All right, hello everybody. I don't know if that other video posted or not, but I was cleaning up my worm bin and I came across some potatoes. Oops, where are you at? There. Some potatoes that had sprouted. So I decided I'm gonna take them out of the worm bin and try to plant them, see if we can get some potatoes out of it. So this is where my compost is right now. I just put it in this big box to kind of try to contain it. So I'm just gonna dig a hole in my compost, set the potato down in here, and cover it back over. We'll see what happens. I got 3 or 4 of them in here like that. Maybe we'll get some potatoes out of it, maybe we won't, I don't know, but it's kind of a found product. I'm gonna try to keep this moist and working, and then hopefully in a couple of weeks we'll have some potatoes, and I will show you guys the progress as we go along. This is my back area. This is going to kind of be the main crop area eventually when I get to it, but I have a serious drainage problem. As you can see, I had to dig some swales to drain the backyard. I'm trying to kill off the grass here. Everything I dug from the trench got put up on a blue tarp to try to kill off the grass. This area I had covered with the tarp for about 4 or 5 months, and I just dug it up the other day and put down some cardboard and some topsoil on top and some compost. This is where my squash are going to go. My squash, and I'm going to put some mustard plants back here as well. So that's this back area here. It's a train wreck. Actually, I can't figure out how to edit, so I got to take you along on this stream of consciousness kind of thing. Here's a dog. Say hello, Bodie. No? Okay. So let me stand back here and kind of give you a look from the backyard. So this is between what's going to be the greenhouse and my garage. It gets southern exposure sun, comes in, and then gets afternoon shade. There's a general nuisance. So I plan on planting this out with my squash, and my pepper plants are going to come back here. But slowly but surely we're going to see this transform into an actual garden space instead of this wild mess that it is now. All right, I'll take you for a walk this way. Hopefully the dogs don't get out. And this is, you can see what I'm dealing with water. It just gets like a swamp back here. All right, let's do the update for the front garden that I have established. All right, so hopefully the sun's not going to be in your eyes. Come this way. My grapes are growing really good. Like I say, I inherited this grapevine. I almost took it out, but I'm glad I didn't. There's a lot of things in this yard that are really kind of cool that the previous owners had, so I'm glad I didn't just come through and destroy everything. All right. Make sure. So these tomato plants I'm going to stake today. I know I said I was going to stake them the other day, but I didn't. But they're growing really good. I have some bean plants planted in between as well. I have the onions for my countertop are still growing. So far that's 2 things. The potatoes in the back were just growing in my worm bin, so I saved those from the kitchen counter. And these were kitchen counter onions that sprouted that I planted, and they're growing. I've got 2 loads of wood mulch picked up for a reasonable price. I want to get the tree guy out here and drop off some, but I haven't been able to find one yet. And here is this 1 round bed. I'm about to give up on these beets. If they don't show up soon, they're gonna, oh, there's one. Here, threatening enough and something will show up, unless that's just grass. No, it looks like we got a couple beets starting to come up. So it pays to threaten. And we got radishes in here, and there's going to be carrots coming up eventually, but you know, they take a while to germinate, along with some more bean plants. I've got various herbs in these raised containers here. I've got a little blue gnome, which I guess is supposed to be me, and another little gnome. I didn't plant them, they came with the property. I think this mulch is going to do a lot to make it look a lot neater and also keep the moisture in. This is the sunflower bed. Once the sunflowers get up a certain height, I'm going to plant pole beans to go up to sunflowers in the middle, as well as there's a lot of A lot of bean plants growing around, and the little tomato plants that don't seem to want to grow for whatever reason. They're growing everywhere else, but they don't want to grow here. Cauliflower in a blue bucket, and a tomato plant in the middle, which I have a feeling something's going to have to give. I don't think all these things are going to be able to manage in here together. And I've got a little oregano plant tucked in just to make sure I overplanted this really well. These are my cabbages. Again, I've got some tomato plants tucked in. I was hoping that the cabbages would head up. I could harvest them and then the tomato plants could take over, but I might have been premature on that, but we'll find out. And these are my broccoli plants that are lagging behind everything else for whatever reason. They're growing uneven. There must be a problem with the soil or something. They don't grow. They're not growing as well as everything else, but they are putting on some size. And again, kind of all my overflow tomatoes kind of got put wherever. And I have a feeling that I'm going to wind up with an oversprouted situation. Let me know what you think. If anybody's done this or wound up with a problem from it, let me know. I don't get very many comments, so if anybody feels like commenting, go ahead and throw me a comment. If you could throw me a like. I've got a couple new subscriptions from my friends who probably did it out of pity. Thank you very much. Good news, the dogs are going to bark. Also, this celery plant was planted from the refrigerator. It was looking bad, so I stuck it in some dirt, and it's growing. All right, what else we got? Oh, we got babies. Let's see. Let's go look at the babies. Next generation for the garden is started. My wife power washed around the pool. Next generation of this is eggplants and basil. Oops, sorry. They're just starting to break the surface now. These are all cherry tomato plants over here. And then I've got, I think I started, cucumbers for some reason over here. I really got to start labeling things better. And I've got my bok choy I put in this little egg carton here. And also an onion, green onion from the store, just stuck in dirt. It's growing. So that's it. That's my adventure for today. There's my trials there. The dogs are going to drive me crazy, and I've got to clean the pool. I'm really going to enjoy this pool this year, especially if we're under quarantine. At least I can quarantine in a pool. All right, thank you guys very much. I'll leave you on a shot of the pretty tree, and hang in there.